They told us to give a disclaimer. The views expressed on this podcast are those of the podcasters, any guests, and do not reflect any of the management, owners, sponsorships, or employees of thereof. Pretty much, if you're soft, don't listen to this podcast. One thing I pride myself on is just being the same and trying to look out for my folks along the way.
Like, even with all these, big things happening, like, you still mad humble, and you still, like, you have enough clout now where you could easily be like, I'm not fucking with this, I'm not fucking with that.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers, it's on. Unrestricted listeners, it's DreRawka. Thank you so much for clicking play. If you have liked, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, I really appreciate it. Those numbers are going up, and it's all because of you. The support is real. Now today I got a very special guest right across from me, the reigning, defending FFC heavyweight champion, ranked #1 heavyweight in the state of Utah, the baddest man in Utah. He is, and I hope these stats are right, but he is he's in the top 50 heavyweights in the country, top 20 in the West Coast. My man, Kent Mafileo. Was all those stats right?
I believe so. I hope so.
They sounded good.
They sound real good.
But speaking of making it sound good, how does that make you feel when you hear that? Reigning, defending, heavyweight champion, the baddest man in Utah. How does that make you feel?
Oh man, it's almost undescribable. It's hard to put into words, but it feels great to put it in simple terms. All my hard work is coming through, and I'm just proud, man. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to represent our state, Utah, and put us on the map. Polynesians, just everybody, man. I'm here for all of us.
Dang, I love that. Sometimes some people shy away from repping a small little state like Utah, right? But I feel like it's something that we have to do now. When Kent makes it to the biggest promotion in the world, the UFC, and you got that strap around your belt, around your waist, I don't want people to support then. I don't want to be like, oh, Utah then. Do it now. You got a chance now. Yeah. This is the beautiful, I always tell people this is the most beautiful part of people's journey, is this part right here, where you're on the rise. You're putting in the blood, sweat, and tears right now. Jump on now. And I see it. I see the support when I'm at these fights. I see the jerseys. I see the black and the red. I'm like, oh, they're here. They're here for them. That has to be a good feeling. What made you get into, what was your introduction to mixed martial arts?
My older brother started fighting first, and I've always just wanted to be like him. So naturally, I just saw him do it, so I followed his lead, and it's just been going strong ever since. He has 4 kids now, so he's kind of like a part-time, he still trains, but he's not an active fighter, and I'm just full throttle with it.
So a lot of times fighters, they have 3 or 4 jobs on top of that training, right? Is this you're all in right now?
Yeah, I'm all in right now. This is it. I mean, I cut hair in my basement on the side. I'm a barber. Have been since 2014, so that's always a side hustle of mine, but all my eggs are in one basket right now.
At what point did you get the courage to do that? Because that's a tough thing, to go all in on your passion, right? Something that isn't that's something that's not making you rich right now, right? So how'd you get the confidence and the courage to be like, nope, I'm going in on this passion?
I feel like once I decided to go professional, that's when I flipped the switch of is this just something I'm doing as an outlet, as a release, to something positive, to where I could punch somebody and not go to jail for it? Or is this something that I could feed my family with? And I said, if I'm going to go professional, I need to look at this as a career and as a profession, because that's what professional is. And I flipped that switch, and I have strong belief in myself. I have a support system that believes in me. And we're not going to be stopped until we get to where we're trying to go.
I love it. You could tell that burns in you. Just the way that you just said that, I could tell like you're going.
Yeah, I'm so passionate about it, man. It gives me goosebumps just talking about it. I'm just go to sleep thinking about it, dream about it, wake up, live it. It's everything.
Now, you said 2014 is when you really started to learn, right? Was it 14?
Yeah, 2014. Yeah.
So in 2014, was there a certain gym that you went to?
Yeah, I started off at my brother's gym, not his gym, but the gym he was at, and it was the Snake Pit with Jake Paul.
Okay.
A really good coach. Yeah, that's where I started. That's where I got my foot in the door.
And what gave you the confidence? Was it your brother just saying, "Hey, come on over"? Were you nervous, like going into the gym, or were you like, "Nah, I can hang. I can be all right"?
Yeah, I was probably a little overconfident, thinking like, "Man, I could do this," and then got humbled real quick. You know, started training with real guys, and my buddy Josh Stanley was there, and I realized real quick that street fighting and you know, just backyard brawling is not even close to trained mixed martial arts and cage fighting.
I feel like that's an ongoing thing when I have these conversations with athletes like you, where it's like, you don't go in there thinking that you're the baddest thing on the planet. Like, go in there humble, learn, be open-minded, because they'll teach you real quick. You might be able to, beat somebody up in a parking lot, but it's a lot different once you get into this cage and into this dojo.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I always tell people too, it's one thing if you're in an altercation in the street, or like you said, a parking lot or the bar or whatnot, but it's different when there's somebody that's trained the same amount of time that you have for the same thing that you're doing, and then it's a ref in the cage, and he says, are you ready? Are you ready? Now fight. Not just, the element of surprise or whatever the street, there's so many things. But when it's a trained fighter that knows exactly that you're coming to hurt him, it's a different, it's not the same,
Is there, you said the Snake Pit, is that the same thing as the pit now?
No, it's separate. There's the pit's been around for a long time, and then the Snake Pit's separate. Yeah.
Gotcha. Are you still with the pit now?
Yeah, I'm with the pit currently. Yes.
Gotcha. I was talking to Dom. He said you guys got a new home.
Yeah, it's dope. It's I was gonna say it's not too far from here, but I forgot where I was at.
So you guys are closer to downtown off of 13th South, I believe.
Right
so by the ballpark neighborhood.
Exactly.
And we're probably about 5-7 minutes away from there. So pretty damn close. Yeah, I like what you guys do there. You guys got a cool feeling there. Dom he's so hype about doing this juice bar thing. I was like, go get it, bro. I think that's really dope. So, amateur. Tell me about your first amateur fight. How does that even work? Does your coach is like, hey, I think you're ready to take an amateur fight. How does that work?
Yeah, I started training. I think it was probably 6 months to almost a year, and then my coach at the time, he said, I kept asking him if I could get a fight, and he told me to keep training, and then he agreed. He allowed me to get a fight, and I feel like it was probably close to a year after training.
How'd that go?
I won it first round, yeah. But it was just basically like a street fight, just coming out, throwing bombs, and luckily I got the win.
Nice. Tell me about that feeling though. Tell me about the feeling of, your name gets called out, you walk into the ring for the first time, into that cage. What was that feeling like?
Oh man, I was so nervous. Man, I was shaking. I was anxious. I remember weighing in just the night before, and the scale wouldn't even pick up my weight because I was shaking so bad. And the guy's like, you need to hold still. And man, I still get nervous, but not that first time, man. It's I don't know how to explain it. I felt like I was standing naked in front of everyone. I was just I'm not a good public speaker. A public, even if you told me to talk to a group of 10 people, I might get a little nervous.
Yeah, I think the more you do this though, the more it that changes, because in the trajectory that you're going in, and this is an ongoing thing with this type of sport, is that you kind of have to have the full package, right? You kind of have to be able to talk and, give the people entertainment, but then also show up in the cage, right? And I think it also starts with, you have to show up in the cage. You have to get that, you have to get the win. But in the post-fight conference interview, people want to hear a good speaker, hear good, storytelling about what they felt like in the cage and who they want to fight next or where they see their life at. So I think you should do this more.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Just doing this is very helpful. And my older brother told me, he's like, you need to start using that energy instead of getting anxious, use it for energy to, all these people are here for you, cheering you on. Take that and use that instead of letting it affect you and shy away from it. Like, oh no, there's all my loved ones are here to watch me. It's so, nerve wracking. It's like, no, they're here for me. They're with me. So we're going in there together. And, I flipped that switch. So now I just absorb it all. And this is, I love this feeling. Like, this is my support and we're all doing this together.
Yeah, absolutely. Take this mic right here and just pull it up a little bit. I just want to make sure there you go. I want to make sure the people hear you crystal clear. So amateur, how many amateur fights did you have before you turned pro?
I think I had 10. I think I was 6 wins and 4 losses
What did you learn in those 4 losses?
I'd say 2 of the losses I'd say 3 of the losses were just not, I wasn't prepared. I didn't, not necessarily underestimate the other guy, but I overestimated myself. And, and when training is one thing, and then when you get in there with someone that's really, and you're going a fight, energy is different than anything in the gym. It's like you can't really replicate that in the gym. You can get close to it, but it's not the same. So I didn't train hard enough and I got tired. And then once you get tired, it's a wrap.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that stamina, huh?
Yep.
Do you once you turn pro, the fight between going amateur and going pro, what makes you have that decision?
I feel like my skill set and also just the amount of amateur fights I had. Like, I didn't want to, 10 amateur fights. I felt like that was quite a bit. And then my head coach now, Ramsey, was like, well, you want to get paid to fight or what? You want to fight for free? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to get paid. He's like, well, then there you go. Let's go pro.
Take me through that first fight pro. Was it the same anxious feeling that you had that first fight amateur?
No, surprisingly not. It was, I was very calm that my first time, and a new confidence came through, in a confidence in myself and the people around me, the belief they had in me. I was calm. I didn't have butterflies. I just was chilling, man. I knew what I had to do, and that's basically how all 4 of my professional fights have been. Like, during the build up, like now the weeks leading up, I'll get anxious and I'll get the feelings and stuff. But usually when I get to the arena for the fight, I'm just calm, collected, just ready to work. And then right before I get in the cage, I say my little prayer and then I just flip the switch, like it's go time.
I love it. I feel like there should be a camera crew with you. I want to see this. I want to see the lead up to. I want to see all the behind the scenes. I want to see the struggle of everything that you're going through right now, because it's not easy. What you're doing is not easy. And to the fighters out there, it might seem a little easy to you guys, but to us, I know it's not easy. It's not easy getting the confidence to even jump into that cage, to wake up and go and train. Now this is your number one thing, to wake up and go and run bleachers and all this stuff. That stuff ain't easy. So I would love to see the ins and outs with that. Hopefully we get a documentary someday, because just in the little that I know of you, I think it's a movie. You know what I mean? And I feel like you can really tell your story in a really cool way. Who would you have play you in like a biopic?
If I could just pick anyone?
Anybody.
I don't know, but The Rock just keeps coming to my mind. Dwayne.
Yeah. Did you were you a wrestling fan growing up?
Yeah. My dad was a fan of wrestling and boxing, so it just, as I got older, I kind of shied away from. I'm not as big of a fan of wrestling nowadays, but as a kid, me and my brothers were always practicing the moves on each other.
So I grew up in the Attitude Era, right before the Attitude Era. And so Dwayne was always my number one. Love Dwayne, love Stone Cold, right? The Hardy Boys, you know what I mean? Like those, that's my kind of guys. And I would rewatch old wrestling matches on YouTube, like the Hell in the Cell match. And my son, he's 9 years old, and he'll slowly like just be playing with his cars. And this is when he was about 8. And then slowly he's watching the TV with me. He's like, "Dad, who's that guy with that mask?" Because I was Mankind for Halloween one year. And he was like, "That's that guy that you were for Halloween." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, that's cool. He's on top of that cage." I was like, "Yeah, watch. Keep watching." And then when Taker choke slams him off this shit, he was like, "Oh, damn." So now my son's in the wrestling, and he's like full force. And the reason why I bring it up is because I was like you, where I fell out. Now's the time to get back in, bro. If you want storyline and cool things, it's a match right now. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of good things. I need to check it out.
Yeah.
And isn't UFC and aren't they like collabing? They're coming together, UFC and
at WWE. Yeah, so they have the same ownership. So if you think about it like an umbrella or a pyramid, they're underneath the same pyramid, which you might see some crossover. Some guys, maybe some vets, some guys that have that type of flair. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Izzy in there in the WWE after he retires or something. I feel like he has that type of charisma to catch your attention, and you could write a cool storyline with him. Yeah, like he could, being African, but being from being in New Zealand. Like, I think that's a cool little tie-in. Does he? I don't know. Could he be the 5th member of the Bloodline? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, some cool things.
Yeah.
But we've seen some crossover with celebrities before. We've seen Tyson, right? Tyson was a member of DX. You know what I mean? We've seen Karl Malone in WCW when he was with Diamond Dallas Page. Rodman with Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? So we've seen that before. That's cool to hear that you were a wrestling fan growing up. So, professionally, right now, are you the best that you've ever been?
Yes. Yeah, most definitely.
What makes you confident in that?
The work I put in, just the time and the consistency. I haven't taken any breaks unless I've been forced, like an injury or,
Mm-hmm.
I've been consistent the whole time, and I mean, obviously as an amateur I was consistent, but I didn't put in enough work, and now as a professional the consistency's still there, and just the everyday routine is just I don't slack from my routine. Like, I make sure I pay my dues every day just to be here on the planet is how I look at it. You got to pay dues to be on the planet.
I love that. What do you feel like you're really strong at right now? What are you really proud of yourself for right now? Maybe not even in professionally fighting, but what is Kent Mafileo proud of himself for?
Oh, that's a tough question, man. I'm just
and the reason why I ask Kent is because I feel like the energy you bring off is, I feel like you don't champion yourself enough. I feel like you don't say, "Hey, I'm happy about myself because of this."
Yeah, it's hard to congratulate myself. Like, after I won the belt, I kind of just was like, "Yeah, that's cool," but it's not enough. That's not the belt I want. Like, I'm proud to represent the Fierce Fighting Championship belt and be their heavyweight, but my mind's on the world title. So these are just small steps, and like, just like to let me know I'm on the right path. Like, these are small little accomplishments on the way, but I'm never gonna feel like, oh, I'm done doing work, or oh, I made it, or I did enough, or I'm at the top, because I don't feel like there's a top. It's just always work to be done. There's always improvement. You can always have more. You can do more. You can, achieve more. And the sky's the limit, man. And don't let anything hold you back from living your best life and chasing your dreams.
With that being said, I know that everything you said kind of encompasses what I feel like you should be proud of yourself for. Being consistent, right? Making sure that you pay those dues daily. That's something to be proud of. What do you feel is a big challenge for you right now?
Challenging, I don't... it's hard for me to... I try not to look at challenges or problems. I try to find solutions and, the path of least resistance. So I don't feel like I'm going through very many challenges. I feel extremely blessed. I feel healthy. I'm happy. I'm in a good relationship. I'm at a good place in life, and I don't want to. Not saying I don't deal with things, but my mentality. I don't want to really say I'm challenged right now.
Yeah, no, I get it. You mentioned your brother, and obviously your brother's been a huge support. But what does your family think about this career choice? And in the beginning, did you have friends and family that maybe was like laughed at you, or were they supportive since day one?
I feel like my support's been pretty solid since day one. Their belief has grown as time, and as I've progressed, their confidence and belief has grown as well as mine. But I feel like I've just always had a great support throughout life, no matter what I choose, or the friends I've had since I was a child, and I'm just close-knit support group, man, that I just have people I could call on, and I know they'll be there without a shadow of a doubt. My brothers are part of that,
Mm-hmm. Did you ever play sports growing up?
I played like little league football and junior jazz, and but yeah, I was a troublemaker in high school, so I didn't have time for school. I was doing other things.
You're a knucklehead, huh?
Yeah.
I get it. Do you ever look at like the past and just be like, damn, I've come a long way?
Oh yeah, that's something I'm proud of. To answer that question, to come back to that, is I'm proud of where I'm at in life now compared to the choices and the places I've been in the past. To be where I'm at now is something I'm very proud of.
That's great, man. You got kids?
Not yet. Working on it.
Oh, you trying to have a baby?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn. Okay.
Not getting any younger, so
Hey, that stamina's helping too, huh?
Yeah.
It takes a while to get a kid, unless you have a woman that's fertile like mine. And it takes one kid, like one shot and it was done. I got 3 of them. Man, I'm telling you what, man. When you become a father, it burns your fire even more. The fire that you got right now, times that by 10. Once you have a kid, it's a feeling. There's nothing like it, man. And your brother could tell you, being a father, it's scary, it's intimidating, but it's fun, man. It's so much fun being a father. Like I was telling you, the fun that I have with my son, teaching him about wrestling, it's the same thing that you're gonna be able to do, telling your kid about your old matches and your old fights. And the cool thing about 2023, it's all documented. You can show all your fights. I knocked this dude out in the first round. Yeah, right, Dad. All right. Put it on YouTube. Back in our day, it was put it in the tape, but now it's like plug up YouTube. Man, I can't wait for you to be a father, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, man.
How long you been with your girl?
Almost a year.
Okay.
Little under a year, yeah.
How'd you meet? Tinder?
No, I never been on any of those.
Yo, he said that real quick. Baby, I'm not on Tinder. I've never been on there. I don't even look at it.
Just her older brother is one of my good friends.
Is that a challenge?
No.
No? Pretty cool.
Yeah.
You already know, the family already knows.
Yeah, family's already family, so
That's cool, man. All right, so Kent, you've done a lot. You're doing a lot. We got a fight coming up this June 24th. Idaho Falls, you put your title on the line. You're defending it. How many times have you defended the title?
First time.
First defense.
Sure.
Okay. Do you have do you study your opponent? Do you even care?
I personally don't study them because my coaches study them. My older brother, he's big. He's like a big cross the T's, dot the I's type of guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of a just like I don't really care how he fights because he's gonna have to fight my fight. So it's nice to know that he's a southpaw and he has a wrestling background, but once the cage locks, it's like I don't care. I'm gonna show you. I don't care about what you do. This is what I do.
I was telling Zach Partridge, I was like, and this is an ongoing question that I had. who gives Kent Mafileo a run for his money? Who beats Kent Mafileo? And the answer that I always get is nobody. And that's, to me, that says a lot about you, right? This fight on June 24th. Get your tickets now. You can go on to fiercefightingchampionship.com. Pay-per-view is available if you can't make it out to Idaho Falls. This fight right here is one of those fights, right? It's one of those fights where it's like, yo, you get past this, that might be something on the other end. Do you have a manager or something like that that talks about that next step? How does that work? Are you involved in the business side of this thing?
I don't have a manager yet. I've had offers, and I just don't feel like I'm there yet to where I need a manager. It'll be here shortly. But basically, just my coach and, like I said, my support, my brothers. They, that whatever. It's kind of hard to find fights for me, so I just take what I can get. And you can ask Zach, anybody he offers me, I just agree. Yeah, run it. Like, it's not, I
told Zach, I said, man, we need to get this man a challenge, because all the fights I see, you get it done quick. I don't even think we've been able to see in this professional side of you. I think there was like one fight that went to decision, right?
It almost went decision, but I finished him with 1 minute left.
See, that's to me, that's not enough. I feel like we need to see Kent Mafileo. I want to see Kent Mafileo in. Well, I guess I want to see you win quick, right? So we want to get you to the next stop quicker. But at the same time, in me and being a fan in the stands, I would love to see that fight where it's like we see the grit, we see the dog, we see, that what you've been training for, right? I don't feel like we've seen that just yet because you get it done so quick.
Yeah, my friends are like, man, we can't keep buying tickets if you're just going to get it over with this quick. Like, man, I need my money's worth.
Yeah, we do.
Like, I'm sorry. I'll try to make it go a little longer.
But no, we want to see you get to the next step quick, right? Well, maybe not so quick, but we want to see you on a Saturday night. We have to buy that $80 pay-per-view. We want to see that, right? So, how does that work? At what point does the UFC call you? Do your coaches reach out to the UFC folks? How does that work?
I'm not really sure. I'm waiting for the call. I'm hoping they call, but all I'm just focused on is doing my job and being the best that I can be for the 25 minutes that I have to work on June 24th. And I just have a strong belief everything's going to happen how it's supposed to happen. And as long as I stay focused and committed and dedicated, then I cannot be denied. Mm-hmm. So all I got to do is just keep winning, and the right doors will open.
Why don't you bring the belt with you?
Yeah, like I said, man, this belt's just like another belt to me, Gotcha. Like, I'm going to represent it like it's everything I own, but in the scheme of things, it's just,
I feel you.
It's just a belt.
I feel you. Cool, man. Well, let's jump into this. Let's jump into this segment called Questions.
Hey, Dre, would you calm down for a moment and just let me talk? Just at this point, you're just rambling. All right. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Will Wonder, and I have a podcast called The Will Wonder Pod. I know, super original name, but I promise you'll love it. We talk sports, we talk music, and generally have some really interesting interviews with people that are doing some really cool things. So make sure you check it out wherever you get your podcast. Once again, that is the Will Wonder Pod. All right, Dre, go on about your business, whatever the fuck you were talking about.
If you're a sports athlete looking for a mouthguard to protect your pearly whites, look no further than All Sports Mouthguards.
All Sports Mouthguards, located in West Jordan, Utah. Come visit us, 1385 West, 9000 South in West Jordan, Utah. We offer high quality, made in the USA, custom molded and custom designed mouthguards.
So Questions is powered by the good folks over at A Bar Named Sue. Catch live music, sports events, and pay-per-views at A Bar Named Sue, 8136 South State Street. You can always find out more at abarnamedSue.com. So first question comes in from my good partner, DJ Will Wonder from the Will Wonder Podcast. Dream match from the UFC, any era versus any era.
Ooh, that's a good one. What comes to mind just off top is Francis and John Jones. That was one I was waiting for, and I feel like we got robbed as fans.
Yeah.
And I hope some way they could make that happen somehow, but I don't feel confident about it.
It's gonna be tough, right? When you have contracts and stuff, and both of those guys, from what I understand, it's different. You know what I mean? John Jones might not feel like he even deserves it, especially now that you see what he did to Cyril Gahn. You know what I mean? Seeing Francis where he's at with PFL, is the bread enough? I doubt the UFC gives him enough bread to do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot to that. But I would love to see it. I think John Jones would have still got the W.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
That dude's something else.
He's the GOAT in my book.
Just to see what he did with his body, moving to light heavyweight to heavyweight, and the way that he did it, incredible. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. I see Cyril Gahn, he was kind of downplaying some things in interviews and stuff. I was like, there's a whole mental game to this sport. And I was telling my homies, I was like, Cyril Gahn, he ain't no slouch. He's nice with it. And John Jones, this is the first time we've seen him at heavyweight. What's gonna happen? And I was like, I can't go against John though. So I'm always on John.
Yeah, me too.
He's a GOAT. Good question, Wonder. I think for me, I would have loved to see, and God rest the dead, Rumble Johnson and John Jones. I think that was the fight I would love. I wanted to see that. I think the world wanted to see that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it. Rest in peace, Rumble. All right. Next question comes from Daisy in Portland, Oregon. Shout out to my Portland folks. What do you bring to the cookout? What does Kent Mafileo bring? We're having the barbecue. We're having the cookout. What are you bringing?
My appetite.
Ready to go.
Just whatever, man. Usually when we have a barbecue, I'm doing the cooking, so I'm usually bringing everything. But
are you a grill master?
I like to think so.
What's your go-to?
I like to cook tri-tip or just ribeyes.
You go to a butcher or do you just go to Smith's?
I usually get it from a butcher, yeah.
Main Street Meats over there, not a sponsor or anything, but Main Street Meats off of 2500 South Main Street. Good meats. Yeah. They got another one in Tooele. They do their own brats. Really good too.
I have to check them out.
Yeah. I'm bringing either my fried rice, some baked macaroni, or some type of dessert. Yeah. I finally got my hand fried rice down good. My wife, my kids, they don't do shrimp, but sometimes I'll throw some shrimp in there. Whew. That's the tough thing though. When you start your family, you got to realize sometimes they don't eat everything. Now my baby, she's the foodie. My little baby, she's 2 years old. She'll eat everything with me. But my wife and my other two sons, picky as shit. Is your girl picky?
No, she's not picky, but she has a 9-year-old and he's pretty picky.
Yeah, see? It's the 9-year-olds. He puts ketchup on everything too, huh?
Yeah.
You cook a nice steak, ketchup. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you a ketchup guy?
Nah.
Don't ruin a nice steak with ketchup. Don't do it. All right. Thank you, Daisy. Teeny in Miami, Florida. How do you deal with the hater?
I'm bad. Like on social media, I'll engage. So like people say something or like, oh, you look slow or you have no power. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. You wouldn't say that if you was face to face.
It's a lot different when you're face to face.
My girl always tells me, why are you responding? I'm like, because these people need to know. Like, you can't just talk however you want.
Come to open mat. That's what I tell them. Come to open mat. I'll be at open mat. Remember when we seen all the viral videos of who was it that went to was it Kimbo? Kimbo used to go to open mats, and there was somebody else that would shut down haters at open mats. I forget who it was. It's on YouTube. You can check it out. But dudes talking all greasy, amateurs talking greasy, and then they show up and it's a whole different thing once they get touched.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm with your girl though, man. Don't give them attention. That's what they want, right? Haters want attention. Yeah. That's all it is. But unless you give them the right attention, right? Get slick with it. Get slick with it.
Yeah, I always try to come with a smooth comeback or something, but yeah, I need to stop entertaining it.
Here's my go-to. Your mother. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Your mother. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, man, I deal with haters. I feel like if you got hate, it means you got attention. You got attention, you got views. You got views, you got people that want to see you regardless, right? It's the Conor McGregor effect. It's the Floyd Mayweather effect. You got love, you love him or you hate him, you're going to tune in to see him lose or win. Jake Paul, all the Logan Pauls and all that good stuff, same thing. You're going to tune in to see him lose or win. Give me my check at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, haters going to hate. Let them hate. All right, last question. Joe in Sandy, Utah. Would you take 10 years for a loved one?
Take 10.
10 years, locked down.
For a loved one?
For a loved one.
Most definitely.
It depends on the loved one.
Yeah, I mean.
Pops, I got you, Dad. You're my love of my life. You're my mans. I got you, Pops. My mom didn't raise me. So, Mom, you might have to eat that one. I'll stay down for 10 years for a loved one. Somebody I truly care about.
Are you sick of podcasts that just interview people with the same questions and gossiping nonsense?
Are you tired of hearing about what's wrong with the world? Can you locate your nearest orphanage?
Who cooked the Last Supper?
R.I.P. Mr. Potato Head.
Seppuku Harakiri.
Where is Mavis Beacon?
This is Hos.
And this is host Beefy.
Listen to the Beans and Rice podcast.
Exclusively in Braille and all streaming platforms.
Patent pending.
Hey, Alexa, can you show me a new barber?
Don't worry, I got you.
Boogie Down Barbershop in Taylorsville is now open. Anything from gentleman's cuts, taper, fade, or if you want to treat yourself to a nice hot towel shave, Boogie Down Barbershop has you covered. Cuts for men and kids. Book your appointment today at boogiedownbarbershop.com. Man, you know what sounds really good? Just some chips and salsa.
You want the best salsa ever? Get yourself some Sauce Up Salsa at sauceupsalsa.com. Fresh fire roasted salsa, fresh ingredients, fresh produce made just for you.
I'm a player, man. I'm a pimp, and I don't have to deal with. You got your shirt on backwards, player. Players, fuck up.
P or not P? That is the question.
So back in our day, it was keep it player, right? But now the kids are saying push and P. Now when you become a father, they're gonna have something totally else. Wild. The lingo on these kids now is crazy, but I've been using it. Like lit, I like lit.
Yeah,
that's lit. All right, first one, it's gonna be a this or that type of thing, right? So you have to tell me if this is P or not P. First one, using your spouse's toothbrush.
Not P.
You ain't never accidentally. Oh, nope.
No.
When you're in a pinch, no.
I'll use my finger.
Exactly. Toothpaste right on the finger. All right. Don't use your spouse's toothbrush. All right. Dating a homie's ex.
Not P.
Mm-mm. Enough fish in the sea. All right. If I catch any of you with we're gonna have a talk. All right. Giving a friend an edible without them knowing.
Depends on the friend, but not P.
Especially with somebody like you that gets tested and stuff like that. So you got to be careful. That would be really messed up if that smart water had. They'll blame me. No, it wasn't my fault. Depends on time and place, friend. You know what I mean? Some of the friends give them more than an edible. All right. Spoiling a movie, but the movie was years old. So let's say you seen Forrest Gump and you're talking about Forrest Gump and I had never seen it. Spoiling that movie for me, but it's been out forever.
I don't know. I'm gonna say that's P.
Yeah, you had time to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you didn't know the Titanic sunk? What are you doing? I try to keep spoilers to myself though. All right, owning a bird.
That's P.
Yeah, have you ever owned a bird?
No.
Are you an animal kind of guy?
I like dogs.
You own one?
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
He's an American bully.
Oh, okay.
He's a little guy.
How long have you had him for?
About 4 years.
Since the pup?
Yeah.
Dope. What's his name?
Thor.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Are you a Marvel guy?
Nah.
You just like the Thor?
Yeah, just my other dog that passed away. His name was Loki, so we just named him Thor. Yeah.
I like that. I had a dog. I had two dogs, Nala and Bailey, and they were both border collie labs, so Labra collies. Yeah, they passed away though. They lived a long life though. It's tough when you lose an animal.
Man, so tough.
It's the worst. I had a cat too. His name was Simba. That was my first like real animal, and he lived a long life. We got him the year The Lion King came out, and he passed away in 2016. So he lived all that time. House cat, little fucker though, man. He used to fuck with you. You walk by, he'll pat you. Man, cats are the worst. All right, lying about a skill to get a job.
I don't know. I can't say that I haven't, but I'm not.
Because I'm great at Excel.
Yeah, I know how to drive a forklift.
Don't know shit about it. That's funny as hell. I think it depends on the profession, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't say you're a barber and then fuck my shit up.
Yeah, facts. That's yeah.
So depending on the profession, it could be P. But hey, if you can get the job, get the job.
Yeah.
Man. Go get the bread. All right. Showing up to a function empty-handed.
Not P.
Now here's the real question. Whatever you bring to the function, do you leave at the function? If I bring a bottle, I don't leave with that bottle, right?
Yeah, I know. I always leave. Whatever I bring was for the party or the function, so I'm not going to take it.
Don't take it. All right.
I might take a Tupperware, like some food
Exactly.
to go.
Yo, isn't it the worst though when you see the who had the worst dish and it's still all full on the table, and at the end of the night you're like,
I got a friend. He before we even eat, he's already making the to-go plate. I'm like, bro, can you just eat first before you start like making your to-go plates?
that's my kind of friend. I ain't gonna lie, because he already knows
Every time he's just like, yep. Before it gets.
Yeah, before everybody eats
Yeah.
it, let me get my to-go plate. I feel that, friend. Hey, I should have put that on here. That's going to be my next P or not P for the next person. All right. Faking an injury to get out of a workout.
Not P.
Put in the work. Pay your dues.
Pay your dues.
All right. I got a friend that's been faking a injury to get it. We work out every Sunday at a Murray High Track. And I have a friend. I'll say it. Sebastian, I know you've been lying about your back. This fool don't show up. But, yeah, man. Put in the work. Pay the dues. Okay, I got a couple more here. Going to a movie alone.
SP.
When's the last movie you went and seen?
I went and saw Fast X not too long ago, and I left before it was over.
It was that bad?
It was too hot in the theater, and I was like, yeah.
What theater you go to?
It was Regal right up the street. For some reason, it was hot, man.
Really?
Or no, never mind. I lied. Sorry, Regal. It was Jordan Landing.
Really? That's the Megaplex.
Yeah, it was hot.
Damn. We usually go to Century 16 right off of State in 33rd. 33rd. And they got like an icebox in there. We got to bring blankets.
Yeah, usually that's how I thought it was. And nah, man, I was overheating.
Damn. How was the movie, though, for what you seen?
It was corny. I didn't. Nah, it's not my speed.
Damn. What about Fast 9? What'd you think about Fast 9?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
Nah.
Dwayne's in that one.
Yeah.
So was Roman Reigns. All right. So going to a movie, it's P alone. Go watch it. Unless it's like a kid movie. Like, don't be a creep.
Yeah, true.
That Super Mario, though, that was lit. It was dope. My son loved it. All right, last one. Being a transplant to a new state, but not claiming the state you're in. Example, we got a lot of California cousins here, but they're always like, nah, I'm from California, but they lived here 36 years. They only lived in California for like 6. P or not P?
Not P.
Claim where you are, especially if you lived here longer, right?
Facts. But then on the flip side, too, don't move to a new city and be there for 6 months and then start calling that home. 'Cause I got a boy out there, too, just moved to Houston, and he's like, oh, I got to go back home when he leaves from here to Houston. I'm like, this is your home.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
I would love to go out to Houston. I've never been.
I want to check out Texas. I've never been there.
I always hear the properties are super cheap, and like you see a $2,000 or $200,000 house look like a mansion.
For real.
Like, damn, and they got land too.
What's the catch?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Armadillos. Have you ever seen an armadillo?
On TV, I think.
These are creepy, bro. Yeah. And then they roll up. They're actually pretty dope.
Hey, yo, you're probably listening to the Unrestricted Podcast with DreRawka.
We are?
No, they are.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
And I'm the real Ruby. You can catch me and Fonzie and the Jim
Funk.
G Daddy Funk on Lake Talk 801 podcast.
Yeah, but I think you have to come in more smoother, more funnier. Like, yeah, they could catch us on the Lake Talk 801 podcast.
Yeah, y'all can catch us on Lake Talk 801.
Yeah, and be like, and yeah, man, hey, and they could catch people like me, the real Ruby, and people like you, Fonzie, and people like him, G Daddy Funk,
Wow,
on
that's
the
a lot
Lake
of
Talk
people.
801. Who cares?
What did he say?
Huh?
I didn't hear him.
I don't know, but this probably should be the ad.
Are these on?
Catch a new episode every Monday on all streaming platforms. The Lake Talk 801. Tune in now.
Do you have a? You don't have a nickname, huh? You don't have like an in-ring name, huh?
No, my friends call me V, but I don't have a fight nickname.
V?
Yeah.
What's that stand for?
My middle name's David, so in Tongan it's Devita, and then Vita for short, and then people just butcher that, so it just went to V.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
What's V? What's the Roman numeral for V? Is it 5?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. But you don't. The people in the ring, they don't call out V. They don't say like, it's not Kent V Mafileo.
Nah.
Your gym gives you a nickname, right? Or your friends or whatever. Isn't that like the Punisher or whatever?
Not really. No? I mean, it's something new every week.
Depends on how it's going. Yeah. Kent, man, I really appreciate your time, man. I know you got to go get training and you got a lot of stuff going on. I really appreciate your time today. What do you want to tell the people? You want to tell the people anything about this fight coming up? Is there any predictions? Do you stay away from predictions? What should we expect? June 24th at the Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls.
Just expect fireworks, man. I'm main event. I'm coming with everything I got inside of me. I'm coming with all the love and support of my family and friends. And win, lose, or draw, man, I promise you it's going to be entertaining and it's going to be worthwhile to either buy the pay-per-view or to be there in person.
What are we doing after the fight?
Turning up.
We're at an Idaho Falls. The hotel room?
I don't know. I might drive back, but who knows?
Same night?
Yeah, who knows? Depends on how I feel.
Did you go to that burger spot over there at the hotel?
Nuh-uh.
No, they got this cool burger spot down at the bottom of the hotel that we'll be in. And I forget, Burger Theory is what it's called. Really good food. They got some really good shrimp tacos. They got cocktails. It was funny. After the last time we were in Idaho Falls, we went and watched because it was the Alexander Volkanovski fight.
Yeah.
So we all went to I took my wife and my son. We went down there and we watched it. And it was a weird thing because the dude, Jag, that won that night, the one that you kind of had the face off with, he was there. Dude was eating a steak right behind me, just having a good old time. And then I look over, there's the Mongolian, and then Jeremy Horn's there. He's running the whole thing, getting us I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but the stream pay-per-view to the TV. So he's over there. There's another swarm of fighters. I'm like, holy shit. Like, if anything went bad in here, like a robber, this would be the wrong time to rob this place with all these guys in here.
For real.
But it was cool, man. It was a fun time. Idaho Falls, they got great people. It's a really cool time. And they have great fans. The crowd that night was incredible. So I know the crowd on June 24th is going to be electric. Are you coming out to Tupac?
I don't know yet, man. I don't really like to tell people what I come out to, and it's always last minute. Zach's always on me like, man, I need your song. I'm like, come on,
the
man.
DJ needs it. Me, I need it. Give me the shit.
Yeah, he's always like, I'm like, all right, man. Sorry.
Have you ever thought about having like an official Kent Mafileo theme song? Do you have any homies that rap or anything like that?
Yeah, I've had a couple people offer, and I think that's cool, but I like to try to relate to the whole crowd and to the people, and I just feel like with something like that, it'd be hard for people to relate to that.
Gotcha. Cool. Sponsors? You want to shout out any sponsors?
Water and Wellness. Always got to shout them out, man. They take care of me, providing me with alkaline water, supplements, gear, just whatever I need, man. The Pit, obviously, my gym. My coaches, Ramsey, Marco, Dominic, Jared. My chiropractor, Life Cracks. He's the best in the business, man. If you guys have any aches or pains, or Sebastian, your boy, tell him go get his back checked out so he can hit the laps with you on Sunday.
Yeah. One thing that I loved with my chiropractor is when he grabbed my knee and he would my leg and he would pull it and it just cracks all the hip and everything. Has he done that too yet?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the best feeling.
Yeah, man, he's for real a game changer. And then I also want to say I just picked up a new sponsor, 22 Salute, and they're a great spirits and coffee company. They part of the proceeds go to funding prevention for veteran suicide and just all the PTSD and the things they need to deal with. And I just need to shout them out because 22 Salute's been a great support for me.
That's awesome. I hear that you're taking donations, or people can buy merch from you to help support on Fight Night.
Yeah, the order already went in, but there's always merch on. I don't know the link, but I can get it to you later.
Yeah, social media.
Yeah.
You can find all his stuff on social media. Follow him. What's the social media?
My Instagram's KingV801, and just my name on Facebook.
Perfect. Go support him. Buy some merch. Shout out to your sponsors. Yeah, man, I really appreciate your time. I want to do this again. Hopefully, you'll come back.
Oh, most definitely.
I think this is cool. Kent Mafileo, everybody, man. The #1 pound for pound champion here in Utah. What's up?
Thank you, man. I just have one more thing. Shout out my little brother, Taylor. He was supposed to fight with me in Idaho, and this was his comeback fight from an injury that he got almost 2 years ago and happened to get injured during this camp. So I just wanted to shout him out, man. He's been so dedicated and committed, and it hurts me that he can't be there. So I got to fight and I got to perform for him too, man. I just want to shout my little brother Taylor out.
How does that impact mental health? Because you bring up a good point, right? Like, you train all this time. This is your comeback fight. You get injured again. I'm sure this is a reoccurring thing for fighters where you're about to fight and then something happens, a freak accident. How do you mentally not go insane?
Oh, it's hard, man. It's you're on such a high and just, putting all this work in, and then to have it just taken away so suddenly, it's hard to handle mentally and not get in a dark place and start to think negatively. It's a crazy game, man. It's mentally, I always tell people your body has to be in top shape, but this is a mental game. Like, it's probably 90% mental and 10% physical in my mind. It's all in here and in here. And if you don't have that, and if you could be the best shape and the strongest person in the world, but if you can't put it together and you don't have the heart or the drive or the mentality of not quitting, then you're not going to be successful.
What's the next tattoo?
I'm working on this samurai on my chest. I'm doing a whole Japanese front piece, so I'm excited, man. I got a lot of hours to put in, but
man, we need a tattoo sponsor now.
Yeah, thanks.
Nah, kid, man, I really appreciate your time again, brother. Go follow him. Follow this journey. This is an incredible time to be a supporter of not only the fight game here in Utah, but Kent Mafileo as well. He is on a trajectory that's incredible to see, and I'm excited to see you on the 24th. Win, lose, or draw, brother. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you are standing for and what you believe in. And yeah, man, I can't wait.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, man.
Of course. Again, June 24th, Idaho Falls. Get your pay-per-view or even your tickets if you're going to make the drive out to Idaho Falls. FierceFightingChampionship.com. You know the deal. Protect your light and always have the day you deserve. We out. Peace.